I wasn't recording. I should have been recording, but now I'm here. Alright, so a bunch has happened. Financial crisis. Liquidated some assets. Retooled pretty much the entire economy. So a lot has happened. The passenger rail line is now contiguous. Regina all the way to Seatown. Oh, what's going on here? Is the fuel delivery truck? Okay, always keep auto purchase on. It looked like they were doing well. We were in a financial crisis, but now that's going to cause a financial crisis. Is there another gas station around that might be suffering from this? No, I was smart enough to keep that one going. What about our busiest one? Yes, good. Wait, there's two here, I thought. Yes. Good, good. At any rate, back on track. It is possible for peasants to be dropped off here now. I even have the train line complete and the train that does it. The only thing is, nobody's living here yet, so we're pretty much at the point where it's time to start moving people in. I just wanted to wait until we had a little bit more capital and a little bit more cushion room before I started doing that. So the line goes all the way down along from here and then wraps around and it comes up to Regina. And I have found out that if you load here and go all the way non-stop, all the way through Winnipeg and past it and all the way up to Seatown, by the time they're about here-ish, all the passengers get tired of waiting in the train and they magically teleport home. So, it's too far away. If they're going to go up here at any point, they would need a more direct route. But they don't ever need to go there, so it's not a problem. The only line that really matters is the line that this train is running right now, out of Winnipeg to Seatown, that'll be used to keep the refinery staffed. But I'm pretty much on the cusp of evacuating this entire town. I'm just a little bit hesitant on account of the number of people that can be moved by train. I think I might need a second train in order to bring enough people in to keep it fully staffed. I don't know that yet, but I'd kind of like enough money on hand to fix that problem if it's a problem. So, I'm just going to let the game run and talk about what else I was up to. So, you may notice this road is significantly more well-driven at the moment. I ran into a financial problem where my overhead was outstripping my ability to afford replacing it, and so I had to essentially abandon this place. A lot of this is empty because, not because I sold the vehicles, but because they are off doing other things. If you're a dumper, you are now moving things between Irontown and Steeltown and Coaltown and the mines. All of these dumpers are now involved with that because I can't afford the rail lines yet. But I have to stop buying these raw materials. The processing facilities are up, so I've just been busing people in. I hate buses. It's intermittent at best. Well, okay, this place doesn't even need anybody, I guess, at the moment. I've got more gravel than I can truck out of it. But, yeah, so that's essentially where we're sitting at. What's going on with all of this? Ugh. costs a lot of money to do things cleanly and to set everything up all neatly, especially with the power grid, and that I've already just kind of been haphazardly throwing lines up. It's already given me a bit of heartburn, but things are chugging along. We have $1 million made again. That's nice to see. We are bringing people in by train to the steel mill and the component factory, although I've got more components than I can export. Oh, maybe not anymore. Catching up. Increase the workload, number of workers here. So the rail infrastructure for bringing people from Regina up to here and then to here is all nice and set up. Eventually, they won't be picked up here in Regina, but they will be picked up in Winnipeg and taken by train up into here. So if my testing is correct, they should be able to get in to the furthest mines without too much issue. Here's hoping. But all of that is a little ways away. At the moment, I'm working on getting the train lines for bringing workers into this area up. And once that's up, then we can move everybody into Winnipeg, I think, and see how that goes. But yeah, there's so much infrastructure that needs to be finished. Half-built projects that aren't making me any money. They're not necessarily costing me any money, as there's no cost to upkeep anything in this game, which I actually think is an important factor, especially for vehicles. If what vehicle you purchased had different levels of durability or expenditure for keeping it running, or if when the vehicle came out of its service life, some of the vehicles I know that my fire trucks, I can't buy them anymore because they're so old, but so it should cost more to keep that running because it's out of service. And so, but that's not how the game works. That's fine. I guess it's hard enough, or they got enough going on. It's very early in development as well. Who knows what the future holds? The future of this town is to be rubblized. Let's check out the pollution levels. Yeah, that's gross. This bitumen plant, though, is not very well implemented into the game. I wish I had 10 million rubles. That is what I'd truly like to have. Yeah, so the electric train, this one only goes 120 kilometers an hour. It was the fastest of the electric locomotives available at the time that I purchased it. Let's see if that's still the case. Yeah, it is. 120, 75, I don't know, well, whatever. Poland for the win. Because it is only a single track at the moment, I've got it pretty well stacked down for rail cars with a 150 person capacity in each of them. But the refinery is 500. You know, it's probably fine to move everybody out. The only jobs that are required to remain out here are the refinery, power plant, and the fire station. I think everything else can essentially be abandoned. The clothing factory was here just essentially to, I don't know, fill space. I really don't know why. I to produce clothing in-house, I guess. The bread factory was the same, to try to cut down on the import prices for feeding these fools. Yeah, there is always a line. guess I need more gas stations. Although I did increase the road traffic by like 4 times since you last were with me. So what else did I do? I sold a bunch of equipment. I sold a bunch of my rail layers. They're worth a lot of money. So I got rid of a bunch of them and just went around and paid for the track using the money that I got back for selling them. That's how I finished the Winnipeg line. So yeah, pretty happy with the design on this little funny thing. Hasn't been implemented yet, of course, but when it is implemented, it will make nice flowing traffic possible. Although I have, in a number of ways, screwed myself by intermingling any freight lines with passenger lines. The two should be kept as far away from each other at all times as is possible. But that's a lesson for next time. I did consider that I was going to have to restart this as I was dealing with my economic crisis, because I was the overhead of running the business had just gotten massive, and I had to go through on slow settings and just figure out where all of my unneeded expenditures were. And that's when I got all of these trucks driving around, picking up gravel, built these quick loading bays, and let a few buildings burn down instead of replacing them. This is not an acceptable building to let burn down and not replace. That is so painful and expensive. But it's not the building that's expensive, it's the pipes. So how can I build this? No, you really do just want it as square as possible. And there we go. How much is that going to cost me? But I can't have that many pipes or pumps in the field go out. I really need... Why is it saying no electricity? Did I accidentally build? This doesn't look like an electrical line. Electric signal, electric signal. This is another piece of infrastructure that I sandwiched in. Perhaps it would have been cheaper to put it on the other side, but I wanted to have... I don't know, I like tunnels. But, we're selling... Oh, interesting. We finally sold out. I'd been waiting for this to empty. It was up at 8, and for a long time, it was just slowly making its way down. But last time I checked, it was at 3,000 tons. Little surprised to see it's empty, but this is one of the ways we became financially solvent again. I'm selling this to our NATO friends, and I used the funds to purchase tracks. I just set them on build for contract using dollary dues, and that's also how I knew when it was done. Once this number climbed up past 0, it was obvious that all of the tracks that I was paying for in American dollars had been built, and we had built up a surplus. So, back to tunnels underground. That'll do. What are we coming out to? Like that? Is that silly? Whatever, we'll plan like this, and we'll see how it goes. Tell me your name in the comments, or a name in the comments. with no other anything, and I'll name a town after you. How's that for some audience participation? Alright, so we need a station to service all 3 of these buildings. That's aggravating. Why did I put the brick factory over here? Should I get rid of this brick factory? Just because it'll be so annoying to staff it? I mean, I could have it over here. Alright, I may decide to... I'm gonna think about this. I can't have a rail line crossing this thing, and I can't raise it, and I'm not raising a rail line above it. Sneaking something through there. Isn't I? Oh wait, I do have this line here. Right, I forgot I built this. Or planned this. Right, but then I've got... sneaky sneak. Alright, let's see how this works. Are there vehicles? There are no vehicles currently working here. That is a good sign. Let's take out that road. Give us some room to work with for our new fancy schmancy rail line that's going to come up on down here. So, I was messing around with this as an idea. I don't think it's necessary. This is all traditional track. I need spicy new electric track. There we go. Just onto the other side of that. And this is up on a hill. Might be hard to see from this angle, but there we are. See, we're up on a hill. I'm going to have to turn in. Fairly tight. Maybe that's too tight. I don't know. And then bridge it out. Come on. What infrastructure are you talking about? Where is it? Oh, that's that road. It's having a hard time finding footing. Alright, well let's see if I do it like that. Nope. Ugh. Jointed bridges are so ugly in this game. Why even let us do it? Let's try it the other way. Oop, oop. Is that this road? Let's get rid of it then. I'm still nervous about getting it out of there then. Ooh. Let's see if I can... Oh, it's not big enough to joint. There we go. Like that. Then like that. See how this goes. It's nice if there was a little bit more options as far as rail lines go. Oh, and now it's just not going to let me cross that at all. Cool. Cool, cool beans. Alright. This may all be for nothing. We'll find out shortly enough. Yeah, come on, connect. Ooh. Oh, diddly. Right. It's within acceptable parameters. All systems nominal. That's a bizarre thing that just happened there. I don't even know what happened there. There we go. So line comes not around here, but down through here, stops at station here that feeds these three, then down across here. And station... The only place that I need to feed is this one. Are they walking distance from this top part, though? They are. Hilarity ensues. No other stop required. So, the line will come by bridge. It's a little ridiculous. Oh yeah, let's try to squeeze that road back into place. And then a surprise. Surprise, no surprise. Alright. Surprise, different access spot. Maybe. Potentially. Ugh. People will be walking to work here. The only time that it's going to be necessary to have anyone at all coming to that building will be if it's on fire. But it's a very expensive building to have burned down. So I'm motivated to figure out a way. Do you know the way? Because I'm kind of at a loss. Ruh-roh. Whatever. Oh, come on, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, come on, what is that? It's a rail line. Why won't I? All right. I mean, do I build a bridge across these two lines to get access up here? It is a little important that this building not burn down. Please, please, please find a way across. Come on, magic computer simulation. What the shit? Alright. I hate doing this because these things are kind of expensive. Alright, well, that's the way. Probably. I mean, it'll probably not let me cross like this now. Yeah, oh, no, wait. What an ugly, ugly solution to my... There. Whatever. Close enough. I'm not gonna wait for the construction crews to fix that, or this. Well, actually, I'll let them fix that one. Give them something to do. They are in range, right? Yes. There should be enough. Maybe there isn't. But hopefully there's enough construction crews. Alright, so this one stop will 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one for 4. And this one. What else do I need? Oh yeah, I need stops. I've got 2 stops out here. How does the passenger line get over here? Or does it split in 2? Yeah, that's what it's going to end up doing. The passenger line will split before Regina, and then another one will pass through Regina that brings people to this place, which will eventually be an emergency backup. And then to the steel place. And then, at the moment it's just then running backwards, but I would like it to then leave through this way and reconnect back, and then drop back down this way. And then, where's the passenger line back to Winnipeg? I've got a lot of retooling to do. A lot of these lines, well, actually it's not that big a deal. The only difference is that I may need to bump this connection onto this connection and have a different connection coming in on this line. And even that might happen back here. So, yeah, I just need to build more rail lines. What a shock. So we're going to do that next time when we come back. Thank you for watching.